Check. Two, check. Checking two.
Check.
He wants a check.
We need more microphones? I thought we were coming up later. Hey, thank you for coming. You know, I don't think the film is locked. I have a few notes. It's a little long for me. Third act's a little dreary.
Better as a two-part docuseries.
Oh, okay.
So I guess I want to get started because Paul wrote the book.
Yeah.
How did the film kind of come
Oh,
about?
you know-
Or I guess just how did this whole thing happen?
What I love is, like, these guys let me into their lives, and we do a series of, phoners and in-person interviews, and then I come up with this thing that's like in print. But when we finally got, Nick and Reg working on it, and now I've seen it, it's like, I don't know, it's like, you get to see it. And the footage of Scott being cancer, I mean, like, you can describe it, and I've seen this cut several
We faked all that. That didn't really happen.
Amazing acting, though. That's the thing. But I just want to say that what I loved is every time I've seen that, it gets me again. Just now, there's about 3 or 4 moments in this show where I know you guys, and I'm like, oh my God, really? This is amazing. So
Get over it. He survives the cancer.
Every
Quit
time.
cheering for cancer every time you
Every
watch it.
time. Anyway, so that's how I feel. So
It didn't get to Bruce because he caused cancer.
That's one of our sketches. That's my Kevin impersonation.
Reg, one of the things I really love about this film is all these. I mean, there's so much incredible archival footage. You must have just gone through hours and hours and hours of it. It makes it really special. And then just like all the quick editing and just the quips from your interviews. It all works so well. It makes this perfect sort of reflection of the kids. Can you talk a little bit about that process?
Well, I come from an editing background. In fact, I came to South by Southwest in 1997 with a film I edited called Hardcore Logo that was picked up by Quentin Tarantino. And in the transition director, I approach things from a very montage basis. And then we had this wealth of archive footage from Paul Bellini, The Man in Towel, Broadway video, and let's not discount Mark McKinney actually gave us a ton of great archive footage.
I think it's also, I did not. He really did. My footage, and I'm glad you used it, and I gave footage.
I think it's also worth mentioning that Reg happens to be married to a really talented archive producer.
Stand up,
Cindy Wilson.
Cindy, stand up.
Who left no stone unturned. I mean, some of that stuff is hard to find, it's hard to preserve, and hard to watch. And hard to watch.
Hard to kill.
And there was a lot of it. I mean, Paul Bellini, I don't know, how many hours? 60, 70, 80 hours of just Paul.
Multiply.
Yeah.
$21,000 he told me worth of footage. Very happy.
But I'll tell you what, a little secret as to why this happened.
Oh yeah, Mark.
It's because when I would hang out with Scott after the early Rivoli shows, Paul would tape it for them. This is why he has it. And then Scott would go home and watch himself for 2 hours. Loving every minute of his own performance. No, you didn't. You were mainly there to watch yourself. That's why the footage. Yeah, and this is how you get better. You watch footage of yourself going, aren't I funny?
It's like how dogs like their own poo. I always liked when you'd been in a sketch with Scott at the Rivoli, and after he would come up to you after and say, "Did you see what I did? Oh my God, I did this thing in the sketch. It was amazing." And he goes, "Scott, I was the other guy in the sketch."
Well, I'm very thankful for all the footage. It's incredible. It makes me green with jealous rage that I couldn't go to one of those Rivoli
It's
shows.
changed your hair.
Exactly, that's where it came from. I'm gonna flip it to the audience. I'm sure you all have some questions. Right in the back, I think. Or middle. Yes, sorry, middle.
I also love the film. My cheeks
Yeah, we get it. We get it. No reason to even bring that up, really.
But I'm curious what it was like sitting here watching with an audience your light in archival footage from the series, and for the people who are not the kids in the hall, what was your favorite sketch from the show?
Well, I'll answer it. It was fucking horrifying, but it was actually kind of nice. Like it was, you know, and I think what comes out in the show is we've been through a lot together, but still love each other, and that's what I felt as I was watching. Did everyone but Mark cry during the screening?
I think so.
Okay. No, you got red. Your face got red, though. Yeah. So you were about to cry, but you stopped it because the wasp thing just clicked in. I found it moving, actually. I wasn't able to watch it before. I mean, I could. I just didn't. I was afraid to. But it was really. I thought it was hilarious. The cutting was amazing. Like the cutting from the interviews.
Peter Dennis. Happy Dennis.
Beautiful. I couldn't believe how funny the cutting was. The way it went back and forth, and then I knew it was going to get heavy, but it was good to watch it with them all, with everyone together, because it felt very. You felt loved, you know. I was very, it just was. I just went, okay, I guess I'll keep going. I guess it was beautiful. I found it really very, very moving, and and it's weird. Like as a comedian, I always think you shouldn't see that kind of stuff, but I think it's kind of good to see what comedy is built on, you know.
Well, not a lot of troops have the kind of history you guys do. It's 40 years, you know.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
She wasn't even born yet.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'll say this. I think it's a great thing. I know Reg sort of for like years and years and years. You were that guy at every Toronto Film Festival party, the really tall guy who was trying to shrink into the corner and not be noticed because he's sort of shy. But I think this is a really good movie. I'll tell you what, because unlike Mr. Thompson here, I don't really like watching myself. I don't watch myself ever. And I watched this movie. So I hope you had the same experience. It's really watchable. It's a really good film, and well done, all of you.
These guys, it's really, yeah.
And what I like is, and this is what we've always talked about, Kids in the Hall, is it's not this sounds really corny, but it's actually true. It's not about us. It's about all the people who come to see us. Because we're all weirdos in the same way, and that was why we were so excited when we started to tour, is like, fuck, we aren't alone. And so thank you.
I think the other part of that question is, do you have a favorite sketch?
I mean, I love Rooster Boy. I just when Rooster Boy comes out and starts tearing at the codpiece, I was just like, oh yeah. But we had access to like hours and hours of line cuts that it was just too much. I couldn't watch all of it because of our accelerated schedule. And there's a cat sketch that's never aired where Mark and Scott he plays a tomcat and you're a lady cat.
Oh yeah!
Oh.
Yeah! Why did you guys not let that
Is that it?
Oh yeah, you guys are doing and I'm a cat person and I watch
Rivoli? That was from the Rivoli, right? You guys did that at the Rivoli, I think.
I don't know.
This isn't line
It was
cut.
like that in the show.
No, this isn't line cut, like one of those rehearsals.
No,
That's why I remember seeing it, though.
Well, Paul Bellini has like hours and hours of sketches that never aired. Like he saved everything. But they were gonna throw everything out, but Bellini he took everything home.
I'll throw it up on YouTube for y'all.
Actually, can the other three see it first?
Huh?
Can the other three see it first? Yeah, we have to vote.
No, and Bellini has the naysayer, and apparently it's pretty good. The naysayer.
Scott, for the final time, the naysayer is no good.
No. Referring to a scene that bombed, that would never air. It's the only sketch we ever canceled between tapings.
So ahead of his time. Ahead of this time.
This is boring, but it was written in the same session as Citizen Kane.
I'm gonna say my favorite is anytime Scott plays a straight guy, because it is three-dimensional and awesome.
Ladies like it.
Paul, do you have one?
Well, yeah, I mean, Citizen Kane was the first sketch where I saw you guys doing what I thought was like classic style, and then I call it Tereg. They call Tereg that sketch as a cast scene was the first time I kind of realized this is like an ensemble, you know. And so I think I kind of split the two. But those are early scenes. But I just remember that's what made me a fan right away. So.
All right. You.
Yeah, you guys had really memorable character monologues throughout the show. You don't see that a lot on TV aside from late night TV. What was the inspiration behind that? And would that be written in isolation or was that written as a group?
I think that came from just the years we spent in clubs, where doing a monologue doesn't seem so strange as it does when you're doing it to a single camera on TV. And by the time we were doing a TV show, it just felt wrong to give them up, right? I mean, we always did monologues.
Yeah. Well, monologues are.
I'm doing a monologue right now. If these guys will shut up.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about a monologue is that during the club shows, it gave the other four guys a chance to drink.
Well, Dave, most of us were changing for the next sketch. It was really only you.
Oh.
who managed to slam 2 beers in a one-page monologue.
Well, some of those monologues went on forever. Yeah.
That's why you voted for them to be in the show.
Yeah.
And some of those beers were chased with shots, I'm just gonna say.
It's on here right here.
That's a question for Bruce.
Oh,
should we
wow.
leave
Fuck
the
you.
stage?
then.
Do you want us to go? I mean, no, really. It's about you and Bruce. Yeah, no problem. No, seriously. It's all about Bruce.
We far enough away, Bruce?
Come on, Samantha, come on, please. This is about Bruce. You're gonna.
Good comment. Say fuck. I'm sorry. Reg, please. I was having a yuck flashback there. Go on this microphone so you can ask the question louder. What is your question,
Yeah,
young?
where's the microphone? No, wait. No. Give him a mic. No, we really. Get up here. No, not the stairs. We're gonna yank you up, like fish.
Dolly.
Okay.
Let's come here. Stand up for a second. Just stand there.
Come on.
All right, give them some room. Give them some room.
Okay, ask your question.
Don't freeze.
Can you tell me about the genesis of writing the song Eraserhead?
Well, say.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, he's kidding. That's not a good kid.
Would you guys make another movie?
No one will let us.
Thank you for coming on. That was very successful. Eraserhead is a piece I did on my record about watching Eraserhead once a year and getting drunk for a week. And I wrote it because the girlfriend I was with at the time went away to Europe for a week, and I got drunk and watched Eraserhead for a week. Thank you.
Say more then.
Drunkenness in obscure art films seems to be your thing, Bruce.
We know you have full bladders. Should we take one more question?
I see a couple. I'm gonna. We'll take
Okay.
2 or 3 more.
Okay.
This one right here.
For all of you, because I don't want to be put on the spot. Making a documentary is a process of discovery. In the process of making it, from the producing and directing side of things, from the watching it now that it's all done, what are some of your favorite surprises, discoveries that you saw in this film that maybe you didn't expect? Whether it was a bit of archival that surprised you, or
Well, I didn't realize how good Kevin and Dave were together. They're really quite good.
Thank you.
I was shocked at all these sexual things I did to Scott. Scott can cancel me. Go.
I wasn't shocked.
They shared an apartment in New York for 6 months.
We lived got together during those incidents.
We got very close.
We got very close. Very close.
I know I had not seen almost all of the archival stuff. All of
You
the,
haven't?
yeah, I had not seen any of the stuff Paul shot.
And?
I enjoyed it. It was fun to see us.
Yeah, it was pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I couldn't believe how funny it was to watch it. I couldn't believe the cutting was just amazing, actually. Also, to see Bruce cry. I knew that people warned me, and it was painful.
But beautiful.
Beautiful. It was painful, beautiful, yeah.
Well, I mean, to add on that, I mean, Bruce has got this reputation of being a
does.
badass, and I was like kind of scared. I even asked one of their early producers, like, you know, if the kids in the hall were a prison gang, should I go up and punch Bruce in the face? You know, so then when he cried in that interview, it blew my mind, and then at the end, after he had left the gym there, I kind of like jumped up in the air and yelled out, "Yeah!"
And then he chased me to the car and punched me in the mouth.
As it turns out, Kevin's the badass.
Absolutely.
As I age, as they age, they soften and I become a tougher ass. What's the name? Badass. Badass.
This is awesome. We can say asshole.
Asshole. Sorry.
One right here.
Well, my son's right there.
You finally think your dad's cool?
What do you think of the show, Christopher?
I want the archival footage of you smoking weed, doing
That is exactly what I was thinking. Wait till Christopher sees that.
Was it Owsley acid, Mark?
Oh my God.
Do you want the footage of Mark doing coke? I'm just wondering. Go too far.
They were shot 70mm to accommodate the line.
Yes? Are any of the other kids here?
Just you. You're apparently the only one that loves any of them. We're not sure which of us you like.
the next broken generation.
I tried my best.
I've never seen any of that, and this was, you know, to have known you guys my whole life and seen it through this lens, you know.
Do you think your dad's cool now?
Scott, I can't do this now.
He is funny, Mark. You're right. He is funny. He is funny.
I think we have time for one more. I've been seeing this hand in the back.
You guys ever heard any hate mail or crazy religious people?
Oh, Jesus.
From the beginning, remember that guy from Saskatchewan who made it a campaign?
The bag of eyes? Of cow's eyes?
Yeah, and the first ones we got were, of course, you know, clerics, basically, telling us we were going to hell. That's what I remember the first hate mail thing.
There was
That's what
at
our stop
one
is.
point we were brought up in debate in the House of Parliament.
That's right.
Yes, and we were. Well, you should know this. You wrote a sketch about it. Yeah, we were brought up. There were people in the House of Parliament in Canada complaining that tax money was being spent on this horrible show, and in response, Mark McKinney wrote a sketch called "Screw You, Taxpayer," in which we wrote the most offensive sketch we could think of, and then tallied how much everything cost in it.
That's right.
Well, let's wrap it up now.
Bruce has to pee.
You've got another
Bruce
show
has
to see. For the filmmakers and the producers, we thank you so much. I know how hard it was. And for you, thank you so much for coming tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing it.